No, the red pill.
Oh my god, there's so much blood.
Good evening, welcome to Let's Talk Trek, the UK's #1 Sunday night Star Trek webcast show. We do this every week. It is a diverse panel talking about Star Trek weekly with your chance to win prizes.
Diverse, what? Just because Carl's ginger?
Yeah. Well, four blokes with varying degrees of facial hair. We got 2 from the south and 2 from the north. That's diverse.
Yeah, to be fair, yes, that's diverse.
Mm-hmm. Coincidentally, it's raining very hard here. It's kind of like being in the north.
I'm looking out my window and I'm thinking I'm in the north.
Oh, it's glorious. It's sunny here.
Wet.
Yeah, it's not been bad at all here today.
I went out on the motorcycle today. It was lovely.
Good evening, Megan. Good evening, Linda. Good evening, Val. Good to see you guys.
Of course I observed the speed limit, James. Why would I not?
Well, as you went past it at 30 miles per hour beyond it.
No.
There it is.
No, I had much fun. I went through an entire tank of petrol. So.
Yes. He must be really crap at starting barbecues.
I've got a great video of Dan starting a barbecue, and there's just this cloud of smoke. It's brilliant.
It was, if I remember, James, absolutely pouring with rain when we were attempting to start that barbecue.
Yes, and you were under an umbrella, which meant the smoke came up under the umbrella and then straight back down on you. It was very funny.
Dear. Look at all these people saying hello already. Right.
Dear.
Carl, you're in charge of pressing buttons to make people say hello, I think. I'll give you that role.
Hi, Steve.
What ho, Stephen?
Good evening.
I have not just given Carl that job while I frantically, in the background, switch out the batteries to my trackpad, which has been beeping at me for a week that batteries are low, and has decided at 9:01 that batteries are empty.
Let's face it, it's a sufficient warning, you just ignored it. It's a bit like those 30-mile-an-hour signs.
My license is clean. I'm very, very proud of that fact. So.
But, officer, it said tear along the dotted line on my license. That, viewers, is when we used to have paper licenses.
Tell you what, if the police could keep up with me on my bike, he probably deserves to pull me over. Right.
Evening, Christoph.
What ho, Christoph?
It's Italian. It's
Christoph
lovely.
isn't Italian. I think Christoph is German, actually.
Austrian.
I was Austrian. It's close.
Good day, mate.
Yeah, precisely so.
Easy mistake to make. Right. Right. What do we do with this show? We normally press buttons.
Let's do some stuff.
Let's do some stuff. Oh, yes, this is where we get James drunk. Let's press that button.
Make something happen, moderator.
Huzzah!
Well, good. This evening's cocktail is called the Paloma, and that's apparently another word for dove, and a dove is a kind of bird, so let's all summon the dove from above. But in terms of birds, because it's a Star Trek related cocktail, can I draw your attention to the fact that Gene Roddenberry was known as the great bird of the galaxy? So I'm going to call this cocktail the Roddenberry. For this cocktail, you will need sooty, a cocktail shaker, some grapefruit juice, some soda water, some ice, a picture of John Barrowman, some agave syrup, and some tequila. Tequila makes you happy. So here we go with the cocktail. Where's the recipe? It's over here. Let's have a look. We will need to do as follows:
Tequila.
Mrs. D has asked me to use a shelf today so you can see what's going on. Oh, no. Still not tall enough. There we go. So, we will need 1 double of tequila.
Glug, 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 glug.
1 tequila, 2 tequila, 3 tequila, floor. Whoop.
I can't stand tequila.
No, it's only any good if you put something else in it, isn't it?
I've had a bad night on tequila, and I've never been able to drink it properly since.
Right, 10 millilitres of agave syrup. Here we go.
Of course, we all know tequila from that famous scene in The Three Amigos, where the three amigos go into a bar and ask for a white wine spritzer. I can't remember the other 2 drinks. And the barman says, "We don't got a light beer. We got tequila."
Lime juice. I haven't bothered to bring that up. We'll do without that. We'll just have we'll just use the grapefruit and pretend. But dear viewer, you should be putting some lime juice in, and I've forgotten it.
You have no Ferengi limes available?
Not this second in my study. No.
Oh.
I could run down and get them. It would rather spoil the spontaneity of this feature. So we'll put that in. Oh, silly me. I forgot to put in the ice. Oh, there we go. Right. Give a shaky. There we go. Right, let's go back to normal camera shot. Okay.
Now, I don't mean to panic you, James, but down in the corner of your study, there did appear to be an alien lurking, ready to pounce.
Right, yes.
That was sort of reminiscent of Mac Hancock's mating dance, wasn't it?
Can we nominate
him?
Right, Alan Window works in government. Can we recommend him for the next health secretary, please?
Oh,
Is he healthy?
right. And we top up with soda water. There we go. That will do. You'll notice, dear viewer, I didn't put the carbonated drink in the mixer. Important safety tip there.
Why is it
Mistakes
so?
I made in the past.
Why shouldn't you do that?
Because it gets very fizzy. That's actually very nice. That's basically a margarita. Lovely.
Excellent.
I'll give that 4 chainsaws out of 5.
Now, I thought for next week it might be fun for the 3 of us, not James, to each recommend an ingredient for James to incorporate into next week's cocktail. Carl,
More obscure than Footy and a picture of John Barrowman.
You want me to give James an ingredient
yeah,
to add to a cocktail randomly?
or we will each give him an ingredient, and these things have to be incorporated in his drink.
Whiskey.
Okay.
As long as it's not Scottish, that's fine.
Carl,
Irish whiskey.
doesn't have to go with whiskey.
You
The
first.
best whiskey.
Me, kombucha.
Oh, am I going to go buy a bottle of kombucha?
Dan, you have to limit the ingredients as to what can be obtained at the local spa. Okay?
I'm sure kombucha is available at the spa.
What will cost?
If that's
You
the
can't.
rule, Midori.
Oh, white
Oh,
lightning.
God damn it. In that case, I changed my mind.
Carl, we've
Thunderbird.
used it before.
Yes, we have.
20
In that case,
In
can I
that
change
case,
my answer, please?
Galliano.
tenants.
And I'll use
Tenant.
taboo.
Oh,
I don't think you'll get Angostura bitters at a local spa
anymore.
You won't get that at the spa.
Dear Maria.
All right,
One thing that comes up in cocktails a lot is Quina Lillet, and it turns out they stopped making it in the 80s.
Okay, so let's get this right. We've got whiskey, we've got Midori off Carl. I'm going to go for Bailey's.
I was going to say it's only a matter of time before someone makes it curly.
Right, whiskey, Midori, they're available.
Bailey's.
I have a non-proprietary Bailey's available. I'm not
That's
spending
fine.
money on a whole bottle of
And,
Bailey's.
and Megan would like you to include some bitters as well, please.
Angostura bitters.
You won't get that at the Spa.
I'll have to make a note of this.
That may have some in stock, though.
If you go to your local boozer, you can probably whip it off then. I'll give you some.
Wine and seltzer.
It sounds like James is booking the Monday morning off work for a hangover.
There's a slim chance I can have a day off in about 2 weeks' time. Actually, I'm very much looking forward to it.
Ooh.
Any plans?
No. What's the point of making plans? You know that they will change.
Come to the north for the day.
What, for the day?
Yes.
If you get a
See,
high
I'm
speed
limited
train,
by speed limits. I can't get there that fast.
no, if you take a high speed train, it only takes about a day, I believe. You experience the north from the train.
Oh, yes.
Or if you're on the electric railway.
Something like the Flying Scotsman. That should get you here in time.
Oh, that's very much my style.
Isn't that John Barrowman's nickname?
I'm very much hoping we can get someone to win this tonight.
Oh, do we get people volunteering to play before we carry on?
Well, before that, we should. Yeah, good idea. Let's do that.
If we ask people now, it gives them a chance to volunteer. So, who wants to play blankety blank this evening? Start volunteering while we continue with this amazing show.
Blankety blank.
So, there's
Someone's pitched me whistle.
Not quite sure you were playing that quite right there, James, but 10 out of 10 for effort. So, this evening, dear viewer, on Collectable Corner, we have an old classic. You've seen some of these before, and you will no doubt see more in the future. They are.
Is it marble?
No. I'm saving those for a very special occasion. So this is a classic Playmates Light and Sound model from the 90s. You can't go wrong with these. So this is the gorgeous Sovereign class Enterprise E. Now, there were two versions of this brought out by Playmates. This is the original one, which is the 1996 First Contact Enterprise E. Now, as you can see, it has been exposed to some light and heat over the years and unfortunately has yellowed, which, does, I'm afraid, affect its valuation. But they did bring out another version of this for Star Trek Insurrection as well. The difference being on that one, I believe there was more detailing with the impulse engines. It wasn't just a big strip at the back here. I think it had something to do with the captain's yacht incorporated in the Insurrection one as well. Now, these, when they came out, all of these were priced anywhere around the 3,000 pence mark when they were very first released. Some just above, some just below. Now, this one, even in this condition, and bear in mind, all still works. So bear in mind. Oh, is that the Insurrection one you've got there, James? Or is that a? This
is the Diamond Select version.
Very nice.
Which by comparison to the version you've got there,
did James just say this is the middle class version?
I was very lucky, actually. One of my former secretaries bought me this for Christmas one year, and I was very, very chuffed with it. And, I think
viewers, what you're seeing here is called the North-South Divide.
Look at this. We'll do a piece on this some other time. She's a beauty. Look at that Aztecing.
There's no yellowing on your
We're doing Carl's one, James.
There's no yellowing on your Enterprise there, James. I noticed. The yellowing can be fixed with a simple matter of hydrogen peroxide and UV light and a few hours.
Out of interest, Carl, I mean, it's the sort of thing, generally, if it has yellowed, I'd quite like to stick some primer on that and have a go at painting it myself. As long as you cover over the transparent bits for the LEDs, I think you could make that look really beautiful.
Yeah, absolutely. I agree. Now, even in this condition, which, let's face it, it's not the best, but it is still the original 1996 First Contact Enterprise.
It's sort of like the Tramp's Teeth version, isn't it?
That's it. That's the one.
That has been in my possession since 1996 as well.
Now, this is worth approximately its face value when you bought it. So around 3,500 pence. Even in the yellowed condition without the packaging, that's still worth what you originally bought for.
I'll pay that for it, and I'd have a go at painting it. I would.
Now, if you are lucky enough to have a mint condition in box, original 1996 First Contact Enterprise, you would be looking at anywhere between 7,500 to 20,000 pence, depending on how much people are willing to pay for it. The Insurrection version, particularly, seems to go for higher value, around 15,000 to 20,000 pence. So,
nice.
if you've got the original of this in its box, mint condition, keep hold of it. You're onto a winner.
Did you just snap the base off?
No, the base fell off.
Loud
Dan, I
snapping
think
noise.
you just broke your 3,000 pence Playmate.
Well,
It's fine. It's still worth 3,500 pence, Dan. Don't worry.
Oh, good news, Carl. I've got one of those. And I've got the box.
Ooh.
It's not in the box, but I do have the box. I can put it back in the box.
Even like that, mate, you're probably talking about 10,000 pence.
did you hear that, Mrs. Dillon? That's £100 towards your next room that when you redecorate your new place.
Why not? It's one less thing to move. Sorry, one fewer thing to move.
What if you was to sell it for £100 and buy 5 extra Star Trek items that cost £20 each?
Just imagine the
I
amount
could get like
marbles.
10 Malon freighters.
A mail on fleet.
A fleet of mail-on freighters. Imagine all that waste you could dispose of.
A mail on convoy.
Considering the price and the fact that you get 5 in a set, you would probably end up with somewhere around 100 Star Trek marbles for that.
What would you rather have? One Enterprise or 100 marbles?
Well, there's a question for our viewer. You've got a budget of £100 English to spend on a collectible or collectibles. What are you going to buy? You know, what's everybody's wish list?
Oh, the Riker's beard yo-yo. Can we see that again, please?
There it is.
It's impressive.
Look at that.
Fully functioning yo-yo. It can do all the tricks.
Maybe we should do this £100 challenge around the time of, because we are very, very blessed and very fortunate in the fact that we no longer have to pay for the European Star Trek Convention entry, and it's something that we are very fortunate with at the moment, due to us doing some work.
I normally give mine to charity. I don't know what you guys do.
What I was going to say is, why don't we spend what we'd normally spend on a weekend, just general entry pass, and see who can get the best piece of tat, or the best tat for the money.
Does it have to be at the convention, or can we go into Soho?
Can we just spend it on blackjack?
Yes. I think if we said we've got £100 to spend on whatever we want, I think we can have a lot of fun in the convention and without.
Could be a...
Oh, Linda said she'd go for the Hallmark. Do you know what? I'd love to have all the Hallmark Star Trek collection for my tree. I really would. There's some really beautiful pieces.
Which is the very first one, though? As Linda mentioned, the first one.
I thought the first one that it was a Spock and Kirk kind of holding hands dangler.
You make it
skipping through the daisies.
You've got me now looking on eBay at ending soonest under Star Trek with cheapest bids. The cheapest bid cheapest thing I can currently buy is the Star Trek: The Search for Spock movie script book, like the one you've got, Carl. Has 36 seconds left and it's £10.
It's cheaper than it was to buy originally.
Oh, let's see.
Does it let me share my screen? We've gone off features now to shopping on eBay. Which
your first release was in 1991, and it was the original Starship Enterprise. for the Hallmark collectibles. And
This
it was
one?
to commemorate the 25th anniversary.
Oh, a pewter Cisco. That sounds like a Richard collectible, if ever there was one.
How big is the pewter Cisco?
9 centimeters tall.
And is it Alan Moraine era Cisco, or is it I can live with it era?
Alan Moraine era.
Well, can we
I like
just
this
have
one.
a quick shout out in the comments to Stefania, and I'm going to try and go for it. Jacaranda has said hi or moin, like at Hamburg. We at Hamburg say.
Chekhov seems upset.
Stefania, g'day, mate.
Yes, plenty of options what we could probably buy quite cheaply. Looking at it.
Yep, you're correct, Linda. First one was the TOS Enterprise.
What's that Kazon thing you're hovering over there, Dan?
Well, I wasn't hovering over that. I was hovering over this, which is Descent
Laserdisc.
on Laserdisc.
Ooh.
Oh, a laser disc.
Wow.
Oh, go on then.
Just be with it.
Let's do a bit of QI, chaps. What does DVD stand for?
Digital versatile disc.
Disc.
Well done. One of you is supposed to say video, and I can go. There we go.
What if I said video? You could do this.
I can't. I don't have the button. I would have made the noises myself.
We should probably give you the
While we're on
buttons.
the subject, this is the first Hallmark gift.
Yes.
Oh, look at that. Lovely. Is it a lighty uppy one?
I don't know if that's a lighter. Yes, it does say so at the bottom.
Magic.
there.
I think all the Hallmark ones, light up.
Saucers light up, and then the second one was the Galileo, where you can hear the voice of Mr. Spock.
I have that one. My favourite of the Hallmark ones, I've got some of them, is the transporter chamber, where you press the button and you have a strobe effect on the transporter cell. It's brilliant. I love that.
My favourite is without a doubt the Voyager one, just because of the Voyager episode where it becomes a Christmas ornament. It just feels that much more special.
You mean this one, Mr. Richard? Let's see. There we are.
Dan's got a close one, I think. Yeah.
Beautiful.
I'm holding my cloak defiant.
Yes. With I see yours is the Christmas edition.
Yes. Ho, ho, ho.
Well, that Secret Santa sorted then.
Right. Where are we up to? We've done collectibles. What's next?
Well, we need some volunteers for Blankety Blank still. We haven't.
Shall I play the intro?
Yeah.
Can we G people up a bit?
Hang on, I've got to comprise a microphone.
Uh-huh.
Hello, everyone.
Right. Megan's always up for it.
Excellent.
Who hasn't
Welcome,
played
Megan.
before? Has anyone not played with Megan?
While we're waiting for that pun to go past, do we have a stamp, Carl, as well, for Stampity Stamp?
We do, Dan. Do you have this still image of the stamp?
I do have the still image of the stamp.
Display the pixelated stamp.
Okay. That's when I have to press this button.
It's so pixelated, I'll be amazed if even Nadim gets it this week.
Perhaps if we sent it from my web connection, it would be more pixelated still.
Go on, Nadim.
crikey.
Have a crack at that one.
Oh,
that's obviously Chakotay, isn't it?
no, that's the bald chick from the motion picture.
Wrong. That is obviously SimCity 2000 in aerial view.
That's the bald chick.
Alan,
The Delta. Ilea. That's it. Ilea.
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 He's on record.
Definitely Ilea from. Do you know the Deltans have to take an oath of celibacy before they can walk among other members of the Federation? Because if they don't, they're liable to be sort of leapt upon at a passing sort of. I'm not entirely certain why.
I think they use pheromones. I think that's the problem.
It's a pheromone thing. It's not because this is why I shaved my head, but I don't seem to have the same effect that her bald head had. On
Do you know, of
other
course,
people.
that the character of Lieutenant Ilea and Captain Commander Decker were the inspiration for Commander Riker and Deanna Troi? They were effectively lifted from the motion picture and recast as TNG-style characters.
Yeah, because Deanna's hair was just what?
Well, no, they didn't look the same. The plot was the same. That they'd had a past.
Well, she wasn't a raging humping machine, was she? I mean, she was empathic, but she didn't have to take an oath of celibacy before. To be fair, if you're going to work with Commander Riker, perhaps you do have to take an oath of celibacy.
Probably a wise precaution.
Yeah.
Anyway, we'll come back to the stamp. Do we now have 2 players for blankety blank?
We've got Megan. Can we volunteer anyone else who hasn't played? Estefania's never played before and probably has no idea what we're on about.
Estefania, would you like to be a contestant on this evening's blankety blank?
Oh, we've boggled Nadim's mind then. He thinks it may be Ash Tyler.
Oh, finally, he's been stumped.
I think what Nadim's done is taken a screenshot and put it back through the same software Carl uses to make it go back to the original image.
Right, Estefania, you're going to play blankety blank. Excellent. Yeah. We've got Megan and Estefania. Let's play.
Fight.
Right. So, let's have a quick refresh on the rules. I'm going to give each of our 2 contestants a blankety blank question. This will be for that contestant only, so we'll do Megan with her question first, followed by Estefania. I will read out a phrase in which there will be a blank or blanks. The contestant will then offer their opinion on what the blank or blanks should be, and we will go to our 3 panelists to see what answers they've got, and we'll see if anyone's got a match. The one with the most matches goes forward to the
Super match game. Super match game.
Okay.
So basically, you've got to guess what we're going to write down.
Yes, you've got to guess what they think is the missing word or words in the phrase. So,
very
Megan, are you ready? So, Megan, this is just for you, Estefania. You don't play this one. You're welcome to play along, but you're not technically answering this one. So here it goes. After Scotty lost Porthos in a transporter beam, Archer decided that his next pet would be a blank. Don't forget the instrumental, boys. Who's got the blankety blank music? Oh, yes, he has.
Can you read it out again?
Right, so Megan, have you got... Megan, do you have an answer for us? We're waiting on Megan's answer.
Even I ain't got an answer yet.
In a transporter beam, Archer decided that his next pet would be a blank. Oh, there we go. Right, okay, so Megan has said Tribble. So let's go to the panel. Dan, what have you got?
Salamander.
Salamander. No match there. So Richard?
Freak.
A freak.
Yeah.
Okay, right. No matches there. And Carl? Targ. That's no matches. No matches. All right. So Megan, no matches for you. Estefania, you've got yeah. Let's see how this goes. All right. Okay. So Tom Paris got a call from the Child Maintenance Services because of his blank. Tom Paris got a call from the Child Maintenance Service because of his blank. That is an agency here in the United Kingdom that makes you pay child support for your children if you do not live with them. So, Estefania, when you've got an answer, just pop it up in the comments and we'll see if you match with any of the panel.
Because of his Kim. Ooh, I like that, Estefania.
Kim.
That's a wonderful answer.
So Tom Harris got a call from the Child Maintenance Service because of his Kim. Dan, what have you got for us? Salamander. So, Richard?
I just...
Yes, okay, right. And this is a family show, Sir Richard. Family show. Carl? Affair. Oh, dear, there's no matches. Right, okay. So we're going to go to the tie-break question.
Ooh.
So this is for both players. And it's exactly the same rules. We'll see who matches with the most members of the panel. So here it comes. Don't you know blank and blank, Mr. Worf? Oh.
Okay.
Don't you know blank and blank, Mr. Worf? I'm seeing that some of the panel haven't perhaps watched Insurrection lately.
Damn it, I was hoping to be the only one to get it right, James.
So, two contestants, when you're ready, we'll see if you've got any matches. So, don't you know blank and blank, Mr. Worf?
I think Dan would have been the odd one out there because me and Richard both like that film.
I like a film. I can't remember what the line
Wine
is.
and wine, says Estefania. Megan, we're waiting on your answer. Don't you know blank and blank, Mr. Worf? Blood and Honor. Okay. Dan, what have you got? Stun and Kill. No. Sir Richard?
I went for... I'm not the pheasant plucker, I'm the pheasant plucker's son. I'm only plucking pheasants till the pheasant plucker comes.
How does that fit in the... All right, okay,
Mr.
Carl.
Worf.
Yes, Gilbert and
Gilbert
Sullivan,
and
isn't it?
Sullivan, of course.
A British tar is a soaring soul. Yeah, okay,
Free as a mountain.
And it's fist ready for a knockdown blow.
I do love a bit of Gilbert and Sullivan. I think we should do the Pirates of Penzance.
I think we should too. That'd be
That's going to be our
marvellous.
Christmas pantomime.
Right, okay. Well, look, Estefania, I'm going to let you go through to the social match game, only because you've not played before. It's all teed up. We're ready to play. Right, so you're playing for the following prizes today. So,
I am the very model of a modern Major General. So,
if you get 50 blanks, you get this DVD of An Evening with John Barrowman. If you get 100 blanks, the limited edition Riker's Beard Yo-Yo. And if you get 150 blanks, you get the Let's Talk Trek Blankety Blank pencil.
and checkbook.
No, just a pencil. Just the pencil. Right, so here comes the legend. It's basically the same thing as before. I'm going to show you a legend. I'm going to show you a legend, and then you will offer us an art. Well, the panel will give you some suggestions. You're welcome to use theirs or use your own, and then we'll see what's on the list. Okay, so here it comes. There's coffee in that blank. Okay, so
I know this one. I know this
panel,
one.
you don't need to write your answers down. You can just offer an answer. Let's see what you want to say.
I know this one.
There's no allegations of cheating.
Right, so Dan, what you don't? It doesn't matter. You just
This one
you only have to offer an answer. Dan, what have you got? There's coffee in that pot. Okay, right. So Richard, you've got
Pot. Also
there's
pot.
coffee in that pot. Right. Okay, and Carl,
Nebula.
Nebula.
Forgot the U.
So is
Nebula.
Sounds
Like an alien form of bra.
Do you have an answer? So you can choose one of those answers if you want to, or you can offer your own answer. And thank you, Linda. Yes, it is a lovely hat, isn't it?
His lip should curl and his brow should fall.
Estefania, what's your answer? Let's have your answer, please.
There's coffee
Earl
in
Grey.
that Earl
There's
Grey.
coffee in that Earl Grey. All right. Well, let's see what the survey said.
If there were coffee in my Earl Grey, I wouldn't
Just
be
to prove
amused.
that it's written down in advance. So for 50
that's
blanks, camper van.
Yeah.
For 100 blanks. Hot.
You could have been walking away with that Barrowman DVD, but you didn't listen to us, did you? Eh?
Now for 150 blanks. Nebula.
Huzzah!
So I'm afraid no winners again this week. Once again, John Barrowman remains here with me because I haven't been bothered to go and trade him in down at CEX for a penny.
We'll do that next week.
That brings an end to Blankety Blank. Let's revert to Stampity Stamp then and see if anyone's guessed this. Well, have we got any more suggestions on the stamp, or should we just unveil the stamp?
Your whole John Barrowman DVD trade-in thing, we could have a new feature on that called In for a Penny.
I could do that thing where I try and trade from this DVD and see if by the end of the year I can get, say, I don't know, a car by just trading up all. Oh, Megan, I've just seen that you had the right answer. You could have been walking away, my love, with this pencil.
And checkbook.
There's no checkbook that comes with it.
You can win a pay. Tell you what,
Richard.
We'll make one of the prizes. It won't be a checkbook, it'll be a paying in book, so you can put money into my account.
Right, come on then, reveal Ilea.
Well, no, reveal the stamp. Let's see it.
Do the reveal.
Get the reveal noise ready.
Hang on a minute, that's a different picture now.
That's because I took a screenshot halfway through.
It's Anton Dubek.
It's Kirk and Khan.
Kirk and Khan.
And as a Canadian stamp, we've moved on to Canadian
Well, we're
stamp.
running out of Royal Mail stamps now. We've been doing this for a while. We're going international.
Best feature in the world. Right, as Richard has not replied to the message I sent him, we're going to go with this.
It's a fake.
Okay, so I'm here. Trump of 9. Okay. And I'm here to tell you that this Borg invasion is absolute nonsense. Okay. It's not real. It's fake news. Okay. It's fake news. There's no Borg threat. There's no nanobots that are gonna come and take you over. Trump of 9 is here. And if it were to be, then I would simply build a wall. Okay? I would simply build a wall. I'd make them pay for it, and they wouldn't be able to touch us. And that's all. My Space Force, okay? My Space Force would. I don't have an alcove, okay? I'm not Count Dracula, okay? I'm Trump of 9, and resistance is futile.
Any questions? Anyone for Trump of 9?
No.
I have a question, actually, Mr. President. If the Borg were to invade, could we maybe build a large wall to keep them out? And who would pay for such a wall?
Okay, I get where you're coming from with your question, okay? And I have to say, it's a pretty dumb question, really, Dane, okay? But what you have to remember is, if I were to build a wall, it would be the best wall. It wouldn't just be like a China wall, okay? It would be a proper wall, a big wall, built of American bricks, Federation bricks, okay? But there's no need for a wall. There's no need for one, because the Borg threat it's fake news. Okay, it's not happening. Okay. Okay, can someone get me a coffee? Can I have a cup of coffee, there, please? Okay.
Oh, hang on. I've made it negative. Look, there we go. Negative coffee.
But seriously, you don't have to worry about this Borg threat. It's just fake news. Okay, it's not even something that we even talk about here in the White House.
Awesome. Well, thank you very much, Mr. President. Hopefully, we'll join you for another press briefing next week.
You're welcome.
It's a fake.
So it's that time of the week when I start doing actual real Trek news and ask people on the panel to start mentioning if they know what I'm talking about. Let's start with this slide today. Boys, what do you think of this one? Whoop. Apart from that,
Jason Isaacs can't afford any shoes.
Jason
Cutbacks.
can't afford any shoes, yes. And
This is brilliant. If it's news about Jason Isaacs coming back to save Discovery, then I'm very happy. Is it real news?
He has mentioned that Prime Lorca is still out there, and apparently he's specified what criteria he has to come back and play Prime Lorca, I think.
that's correct.
One of which is that the studio give him his shoes back.
That's very wise.
Yes.
Find Prime Lorca.
This is an old picture from 2018, but obviously we still want to find Prime Lorca.
We do want to find Prime Lorca.
He might not be as much fun as Evil Lorca, though.
Linda apparently says that Coke and Coke. Now, I'm not sure if that's what Jason Isaacs has asked to return with, or if it's what the president's asked.
I was watching the television earlier today, and I was watching ITV because the football was on it. I didn't even know ITV was still going, but they had an advertisement
The
for
football's still going on.
football's still going. They had an advertisement for Omaze, which is like a draw for St. Ormond Street charity where B-list celebrities normally plug it, and Jason Isaacs was plugging it, and I was like, crikey, chap.
He's not
I mean-
B-list.
Sorry?
He's not
Well, yes,
B-list.
precisely so, yes. I mean, I was a bit disheartened to see him in it. He probably did it for free for charity, I suppose. But it reminded me of him and how much Discovery absolutely sucks without him.
Would you be interested in seeing Lorca? I assume, given the fact that now Discovery is in the future, Prime Lorca won't return to Discovery. If you was to see Prime Lorca return as a collector, would you prefer to see him pop up in Strange New Worlds alongside
Anson Mount.
Anson Mount, or would you like to see him in the Section 31, maybe being found by Giorgio?
You won't see him in. You won't see him in Strange New Worlds. He'll
No.
if he's going to come in, he'll be in Section 31.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, but where would you prefer to see him? Was more the question.
I'd like to see him in command of Discovery, yank it back from the future, and just put a big X on that nonsense, and just carry on from where they were.
Yeah, I mean, it would be an interesting one to see how, if in Section 31, how it would work, because obviously Mirror Giorgio, who Empress Giorgio, is from the Mirror universe, and she knew Mirror Lorca, and how she'd respond.
Yeah, they were lovers, weren't they?
Yeah, how
So
she'd respond.
Yeah, you've got to assume that if it's going to be Prime Lorca, it's basically going to be the same character, isn't it? That you've got to assume that, and there's going to be some sort of tension between him and Giorgio. That there has to be the same as was between Giorgio and Michael, even though it wasn't her Michael.
Yeah.
So it'll be a similar thing they'll bring into Section 31. I'm looking forward to seeing it. It'd be brilliant.
Wonderful. Right, let's move on to some other
We
news.
could have a sitcom called Taking the Michael.
Silly question. Has one of you got a smoke alarm going off?
No, your house is burning down, Dan.
You've got time.
2 seconds. Yeah, the door's still cold. We're good. Right. Plenty of time. Right. Let's move on to the next slide.
Next
This
slide,
is Jurgen
please.
Klopp. So he's the Liverpool manager.
No.
Oh, I thought you
That's
were on
David
to
Baddiel,
something.
who sings Three Lions on his shirt.
No. Carl.
Well, the actual answer is it's Mr. Kurtzman. isn't it?
Kurtzman.
What has Kurtzman been saying this week?
It's coming home. It's coming.
Actually, Richard is very close to the truth there. Alex Kurtzman has said he would really like to do a musical episode, a bit like they did in Buffy with Once More with Feeling, a bit like they've done in Grey's Anatomy, and other shows have done musical episodes as well. I know that Eureka did one. I believe Warehouse 13 did one. he wants to do an episode where it is all singing.
It's amazing. Just when you think they might have run out of bad ideas, they come up with some crap like this. It's just presumably it must be for the animated one, Lower Decks.
No, Discovery is what
isn't it the Star Trek universe thing? Oh, hang on, that's the global universe thing, is it? That's the new Trek logo, is it?
Yeah.
Right. I'm getting confused with Stargate Universe, which was a series.
So he says that he'd like to work it out in such a way that maybe they get to a planet where all the people only communicate maybe with a song, and that's how they have to do it,
I can't wait for that one.
They could probably get away with it doing it as one of these short treks, but as a full episode, no. They
could call it Darmok and Jalad at Tanagra. That concert, that was brilliant. Do you remember that?
Megan's up for this one. Megan's up for a singer-song episode.
Megan's one of the most bubbly, positive people we know. She's basically like one of the Trekkie girls. She loves everything Trek, which is wonderful, and we like that.
Yeah.
But
she's like sunshine personified.
She is. She looks for the positive in everything, but trust me, I don't think you'll find any positives in a musical Discovery.
Tell you who else is going to be loving the news of a possible musical episode?
Oh, we're so cynical, aren't we? We're so
Anne-Marie is going to love a musical episode. Anne-Marie, I know you watch us on Watchback because of weird times in America. But yes, Anne-Marie will be thrilled with Kurtzman wanting to do a musical episode.
Maybe next week we should do a musical episode of Let's Talk Trek.
Oh. Can I do the
coming round when she comes?
Excuse me, are you the singing Dan?
My little buttercup
has the sweetest smile.
Megan is a musical nerd. Lyndon, as long as they have some good songs.
Let's do the time warp again.
Okay, right. I'm going to come off this for a minute, and we're going to have a quick chat, and we'll go back to real news in a minute.
Bye, Mr. Badil.
You were just saying in Time Warp. Rocky Horror is one of those things I've never seen.
You've never seen Rocky Horror?
Never got around to watching it. No, it's on my list of things I probably should have seen at this point in life, but never got around to. I've watched Grease. I've seen.
I've never seen Grease.
Oh,
I've seen Rocky Horror many times,
and I've never watched.
Car is automatic, systematic, hydromatic. Why, this car is greased lightning.
You get the feeling James has a soft spot for that film, don't you?
Yeah, I do.
Christoph says, can we do a Rocky Horror Picture Show watch-along, please?
Oh, but if I keep singing, I'll piss people off. I'm just singing wrong every song.
Maybe we can organise it for Destination Star Trek. We just throw a projector screen up somewhere. And
it's just a jump to the left.
On the Thursday. Right, so I've not seen that.
Your hands on your hips, your own hips.
Carl, you've actually seen all of these, haven't you, I'm sure?
Looking at you, Mr. Hancock.
Grease.
So if we were to do a Rocky Horror watch-along, chaps, we each have to pick a character that we have to dress as.
Oh, I'm not dressing up in drag. That's not happening.
You don't have to dress in drag. You could be Charles Grey. I think you'd make a great Charles Grey. Bagsy, obviously, Dr. Frankenfurter. Carl, I think, has to be Rocky. Well, you're ginger, you're sort of blonde. I mean...
Oh dear. But I don't own any golden trunks.
I sure wish.
Even if I did, you would not want to see me in just golden trunks.
I'm sure wish.com. Well, you could be Brad then. Or Janet. I was going to say Dan should be Janet, but you could be Janet.
I don't know who this is, so I'll go with yes, whatever.
Megan apparently wants to be Magenta.
I could see you as Magenta.
Are you going to wear like the glittery top hat? And... Yeah,
I like French maid.
Being a Star Trek show.
Yes, that's a wonderful picture. Yeah,
I am the monarch of the sea.
Would be my preferred choice.
Right, let's go back to some real news before we get roped into doing Rocky Horror Picture Show, which I've never seen. But I have seen
HMS Pinafore, not Rocky Horror.
I've seen Grease. I've seen Dirty Dancing. I've not seen Flashdance.
I've not seen Grease. I've not seen Dirty Dancing. I grew up very heterosexual.
I bet you've watched High School Musical
Not even heard of that one, sorry.
or Glee.
I've heard of Glee, not seen it.
Well, yeah, I can picture you as Riff Raff, Alan. Yes,
I
definitely.
can picture as Riff Raff.
What's Riff Raff? That's what James normally calls me when he's not being complimentary.
Riff Raff is a hunchback Martian scientist.
All right, okay. So like Rick Moranis in every film ever.
Yeah, if you like.
Okay, so we seem to
read them,
have
or do you
let's talk musicals, and it's now we're 20 minutes over our time. So let's go into the next bit of real news. Boop. This. Anyone know what this is?
That's a
Yes.
flute and a phaser.
Favor and a Resican flute.
Okay, what's the relevance?
Is it an auction somewhere?
It is an
Yeah.
auction.
Christie's auction.
Do we know how much the Resican flute starting price is going to
Is
be? At the
this
auction?
the flute
This is
from
the
in a
flute.
light?
The
The one,
flute.
the actual flute. I'm going for £10,000.
Oh no, it's higher. It's like I think the starting's
No.
are 18,000.
I was going to say I was going to go for around 20.
Starts at 20. Original, one of only 2 remaining phases from TOS. Any idea how much that's
50.
starting at?
That's
50.
got to be around
Well, it
50,
depends, Dan, if it's the hero, the mid-grade, or what is known as the Crapazoid phaser, and the provenance which can be found to go alongside it, whether it is the original prop as proven.
Starting bids at the auction are going to be. James, I want to have a guess.
Oh, original series phaser. That looks like it's probably the mid-grade to me. I'm going to say $100,000.
Richard?
$30,000.
So Carl says 50. You would be staggered to know that starts at $200,000 and is expected to make maybe up to 5 times that amount. So
Up to $1 million.
they think
Wow.
I just want to clarify, it doesn't shoot people, no?
no, it does not
Right.
shoot people. And you can buy several old fighter jets.
I have it here. And
Yours looks in much better condition, James.
I mean, frankly, if anyone wants to offer me $200,000 for this, it's yours. I'll even
Hang on, James.
send it
Yours
for
isn't
free.
the original. Mine's the original.
Hold on.
Oh,
That's
You guys-
the best comment ever.
Oh, bravo. Bravo. Stephen.
Bravo, sir. Bravo.
If I was wearing a hat, I would doff it to you.
We need that guy on this show.
We've had that guy.
That's
on this
guy
show.
right
the
there
one company
belongs on
version
this show.
here.
Right,
I mean,
moving on.
Come
Come
on.
on.
At the moment, aren't they? Carl is a collectible. What would you say the one company TOS phaser now goes for?
About 500 quid.
Anywhere around 25 to 30,000 pence.
I've seen them
Yeah,
up to
they go
500 on Amazon.
They're really like 110 new, weren't they?
Mm.
110 pounds, I should say.
And if you
Right.
happen to have that and the communicator, woo,
Moving on.
that'd be it.
Ooh, look at that.
Playmobil Enterprise, ages 10 plus.
Now, let's be honest, the price that they're putting this out at, there's only people like us that will buy this for their children.
How much is it coming in at?
I
I've seen
can't
a
even
few-
say it. I will feel sick if I say it, so I'm going to write it on the board. Now,
I've seen a few pictures of this
Now,
in the
Playmobil-
exploded view, and there's a lot to it.
There is
Playmobil have reached out to us and are going to send us one to play with,
I can't wait.
which I have to return. So,
What?
yeah, it's not a keep, unfortunately.
You have to
It's a
return.
loan. It is a loaner.
What if you say your child ate it?
500 what? Canadian, Australian, which dollars? Hong Kong dollars?
A duck? What?
US dollars.
500.
How long are they sending it to you for?
Sorry,
I'm
is
just
it? Are
wondering
the
if it's long enough
nacelles?
for us to get it to our friend Adam and back.
Are the nacelles filled with cocaine?
I
Um,
like that Scotty's down in the engineering section on his own.
$500.
Now, you'll be glad to know, having looked in the pictures, that these are tribbles. These are not just spare headpieces for.
I was going to say they like Lego hair that you need to change.
And finally,
To be fair, all of the Playmates characters look like they've taken crack cocaine.
Interesting point here that well, it's not that interesting. I find it interesting, but the engineering section on Kirk's Enterprise, it was never specified anywhere in the script where it was, and it's largely believed to have been in the saucer section.
Mm.
well, there we go.
42 inches or so long, apparently, according to Christoph.
Well, there's a lot to it. I've seen a lot of pictures of it. It's a big bit of kit. There's a lot. I'd say there's sort of, if it was between 30 and 40 pounds, I wouldn't have been surprised.
Well, 30 to 40, 42 inches. That's this sort of distance. That's
It's all far away.
That's going to be a fair old size.
Now, so yeah, big thank you to Playmobil for reaching out to them and saying they will send us one to have a look at, which we're looking forward to. We're also going to say a big thank you at this point, because coming on to the show in a couple of weeks' time, we do have our friends from Hero Collector coming on to be interviewed live on a Sunday night. So if you have any questions you'd like to ask the guys from Hero Collector, because they're coming on to talk about the Advent calendar. And
These are the Eagle Moss people, aren't they?
Well, we call it Hero Collector these days, because obviously Eagle Moss is now Hero Collector.
Still Eagle Moss, as far as I know.
No, it's called Hero Collector.
We can also have the mail on freighter. Brilliant.
Let's all have our mail on freighters.
Can we make
ready.
sure that we call them by the right name when they come
When
on,
Hero
please?
Collector come on, let's all have our mail on freighters ready, and when they come on, we're going to all just go woo!
Yeah,
our mail on freighters.
Obviously, we're not
like
allowed
a-
to mention them by the old name, so let's please only mention them by the new name.
Yes.
Why are we
So,
not
Hero
sure about
Collector.
the old name?
So, if anyone watching hasn't used to be the artist used to be known as Eagle Moss Mail on Freighter, okay? What we want to do is get as many mail on freighters as we can on the screen to say a big welcoming hello, almost like a fleet of mail on freighters, like an honor guard of mail on
I'm going to
freighters.
spell that
The
Enterprise.
artist that used to be known as Eagle Moss to come on to that'd just be amazing.
I always
This is
have
what
my
they used to be called.
freighter at hand.
It would be lovely if Carl had finished building his Enterprise by the time that we have them on as well.
I'm not going to have all the pieces yet. How am I going to finish it?
We have the important guests coming on, and you've not even bothered to finish their projects. So this is
I'm
terrible.
I'm going to go in the loft tomorrow and find mail on freighter. I'm actually thinking about spraying it gold, and I'm going to see if the Hero Collector guy knows if it's a real one or not. I'm like, I've got the gold edition, and we'll
I'll
see.
tell you what, Richard, if you go onto Amazon,
You're going to have to buy one right now.
if you go onto Amazon, you can probably buy the gold leaf that you brush on dirt cheap.
I've got some.
Oh.
I'm literally going to polish a turd. That's what I'm going to do.
The 24-karat gold mail on freighter.
Absolutely.
You
Special
remember
edition.
this beauty special edition that was brought
yes.
out?
Do you know what? I don't think I've got my mail on freighter anymore. I might actually have to buy one from eBay.
Do you really want Amazon thinking that's what you like to buy, spend your money on?
I could just get 3 ping pong balls, some spaghetti, and
Or just
There's
go
no-
to,
If you
show
have
us
a
your mail on
favourite,
freighter. Let's just have a quick look
Eagle
at
Moss,
it.
otherwise known as Hero Collector model, do let us know, and perhaps you'd be sort of willing to show us your
You should always have your mail
Hero
on
Collector model.
I think I might have a go at building my own.
Richard, you could just go into the garden and find like a cat poo and spray that.
Well, if you
It's the
get
same
if you
sort
get a
of-
couple of ping pong balls and a leaf, you're probably not far off.
I think I might have a go at building my own. We'll see. Maybe we'll make it a feature. How long have I got? 2 weeks.
a couple of weeks,
Well,
yeah.
I built a shuttlecraft. I wonder if I could build a full-scale mail-on freighter.
Oh, I dare you! I dare you!
Right,
Can
what's
it
the
have
biggest
gas vents
ball
in it?
I can get my hands on? All right, 3 beach balls, some guttering pipe.
I want it to be leaking green gas everywhere as well, James.
Okay, Richard, I've just constructed my own mail on freighter.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking of doing. Something similar to that.
It's a mail freighter, can't
I'll
you?
get
Because
the
of little
artist-
balls.
I'll get the artist formerly known as Eagle Moss to value it. Or maybe say, look, you can have this as a special edition. Because to do the special edition larger enterprises and stuff, maybe they could do a special edition larger mail on freighter that's gold.
Gold. Always believing.
Right, so that's the end of real news. Moving on.
Oh dear.
This show is dragging on today.
I can't believe we've got the artist formerly known as Eagle Moss coming on. That's brilliant.
Boom!
Well, here's an Eagle Moss box.
But it's not anymore.
It's the artist formerly known as Eagle Moss.
I don't know what was in that.
Let's see.
So
The Enterprise D.
It looked like Enterprise D.
I actually play
anyway,
a game with those. Every time I move house, I play a game with all the empty boxes to see if I can
Yes, I know that game. Yeah.
Yeah, it's great
Yeah,
fun. See if
it's
you
a
can
great
guess every
game.
time
Yeah.
which box is for which one. Last
Yeah.
time I moved, I only got 2 wrong.
Ooh, that's better than I've ever done.
So this evening's clip is about parody. And this is one of so many parodies that are available online of our beloved Star Trek franchise. So I invite our dear viewer to let us have, over the course of the next few weeks, your own favourite parodies that you found, be it on Frasier,
Ooh, the Frasier one. Yes.
or whatever. But roll VT. That was fun, wasn't it? That was a little love letter from The Simpsons to
Mr. Burns. Mr. Burns
Right.
killed me.
Let me just quickly say, if you are watching from 20th Century Fox, we love you lots. Please do not put
fair use and commentary, 20th Century Fox. And yes, we're showing it by way of illustration and appreciating your work. Now, so yes, that's a love letter to Star Trek by the producers of The Simpsons, which is a long-running cartoon produced in America.
North America.
I
isn't it?
think North America, yeah. I think, frankly, Let's Talk Trek should have some sort of version of those credits where we reenact TOS scenes and have still images at the end. Oh, that'd be great fun.
Okay.
I'm imagining Richard up to his shoulders in tribbles. It's hilarious. Yes, but dear viewer, do send us your favourite parodies so that we can all enjoy them.
Sounds good.
I'm not wearing any trousers.
As in now or in the pictures that we're going to be taking?
Not at this moment in time.
Oh, right. Okay.
So it's that time of the evening when we invite Richard to do a musical number.
Mm.
Hang on, we haven't rehearsed.
James, you no offense, but your triangle seems to have shrunk.
And no longer functions.
Small, far away.
Perspective.
Oh, bugger, I've lost my cap
Good
on.
point. Good point, Megan.
I'm a bit stuck here. I've lost my capo. It's not in my capo drawer.
What's he lost?
I've lost my capo.
I'm saying
Capo.
There it is.
You just
Okay,
need
I found
fingers
it.
to play
There we
with.
are. Right. So, it has to be a quietish one. Do I have any requests? Something by
My
Paul
Little
Simon,
Plastic
you say? Well, I'm not going to do Call Me Al because
How about something by Gilbert and Sullivan?
Can you do the bass solo from Call Me Al, please?
I genuinely have been learning it, even though I don't have a bass guitar. My mate Bo.
Can you do the suite from Mud and Butterfly, please, by Puccini?
No. You'd be my bodyguard. I could be a long lost pal.
Chevy Chase is in that video.
It is.
300 quad blues.
It's on the 6th fret. Okay, right.
Mr. Windows says, can you play Ace of Spades, please?
I can play the Ace of Spades, but not this evening. Hello, darkness, my old friend. I've come to talk with you again. Because a vision softly creeping left its seeds while I was sleeping. And the vision that was planted in my brain still remains within the sound of silence. In restless streets I walked alone, narrow streets of cobblestone, neath the halo of a street lamp.
Nothing more cowbell.
I turned my collar to the cold and the damp. When my eyes were stabbed with the flash of a neon light, it split the night and touched the sound of silence.
Beautiful.
Beautiful. That is my third favourite rendition of that song, Richard. Thank you.
Have you heard the one by Passenger? It's weird. I hated it the first time.
So my first favourite version of that is by Disturbed. My second favourite is Sound of Cylons, which you can find online, which is the tie-in for Battlestar, and then it's Richard's version. So.
If guys, if you want to, it's a really difficult song to sing quietly, which is weird because it's a quiet kind of song. It's difficult to hit the notes. But if you want to hear someone do a really good version of that, Google on YouTube for an Irish guy called Passenger doing the Sound of Silence. It's the best version I've heard. It's amazing.
Wonderful. Well, that's it for tonight. Yeah, our 45-minute show has been stretched to an hour and 8. So,
do you remember when we used to be a Star Trek show?
The trouble is, we have become a Star Trek show, and that takes time.
We do talk about a lot more Star Trek. I mean, we spent about 10 minutes talking about a mail on freighter today. We should go on Trek Yards.
Ooh, I wonder if they'd have us as guests.
To talk about mail on... Oh, if we each build a mail on freighter, then we can get Trek Yards to mark them all out of 10 and to see who's the winner.
Oh, a bit like Top Gear. So basically we're given a budget of £5 or something, and we have to
build a mail on freighter, yes.
How much?
This doesn't sound like Top Gear at all. This sounds a bit like Taskmaster. You have 10 minutes to build them to mail on freighter. You know,
sounds like scrap heap challenge.
We can be let loose in a scrap heap with some acetylene welding gear and just see what we can come up with, apart from a trip to Casualty.
Right. I think that's it for tonight.
Yes. Reckon so.
Well, good night, everybody.
Yes, it's a pleasure. And look after yourselves and each other.
Don't have nightmares.
You can press the button now, Dan.